Hey yo, I'm back with another video. Hey guys. Um, Today I'm basically going to be talking about repotting my Peblano peppers and I'm going to be showing you the process. So let's get started. So here are my Peblano pepper seeds. The longer ones, like what is it? Like this one right there. I'm going to basically be putting it into its own container, and then like the smaller ones, I'm going to put it in another container like this. Yo, don't come for me in my cabinet. I live with my family. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have OCD. I have fixed this like drawer so many times, but because there's so many containers, it's so easy to get messy. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because, especially if you live with family, try being resourceful as possible. You know what I mean? Like all these little containers that your mom or your guardian or whoever has, they're not going to be using all of this. And majority of, I'm not going to lie, majority of the stuff don't even have tops. So for me, like I'll just, this is a container I'll use. I'll keep like one that'll have like a top on it that matches, so it's a matching container, but then the ones that don't have the lid, I'll keep it and I'll use it for my plants. Or like these. My parents lately have been ordering a lot of like shrimp, so they have a lot of these containers, and yeah, my mom can use them, but they're not barely fitting in here. This is where I got the idea for using the ice trays, was because they have like so many they didn't even use them. What else? Containers like this are usually like the best for starting out seeds. Alright, so these are the containers that I picked out. These. And another one of these. This one and that one, when I fix it, are both going to contain like 3, maybe 4 small plants. This is going to hold the larger plants by itself, since they're already taller. The reason why I'm doing it that way is because I noticed that the shorter ones, they're being blocked by the taller ones from sunlight. So all the taller ones are getting the sunlight while the smaller ones are not. So yeah, then here's my container for dirt. Right next to everything. Alright, so now I'm going to start adding like a base layer of soil to my empty containers. Well, that's my bottom layer. And then, like, let me flip. So, a little one like this or like this is gonna go in here. I'm gonna put like 1, 2, 3. So, basically try going around the plant as much as possible and dig as deep down. Like, try putting your fingers as deep as possible in the container because the roots are already at the bottom. So basically, instead of tearing out the plant, you're like uprooting it completely with roots intact and everything. Like this. And basically, you grab your nail and you just poke a hole and you put the root down. And you stabilize the plant by surrounding it with all the soil. And then like make sure you press it. Don't press it too rough, but like surround the base of the plant in the soil, around soil. Like push the soil towards the base of the plant. And just push down to basically plant it or to stabilize it. Alright, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so that's baby plant number 1. Now I'm gonna go on to 2, and I'll show you in a bit. Alright, so this is just a lone container, so I'm gonna fill it up, maybe up like a little bit to the middle, a little below the middle. There we go. somewhere around the middle at least. Something like that. Okay, this is the container with the baby seeds that I just moved. This is the original container. In order for me to get to the rest of the little baby ones that I'm going to put in this container, I have to move the big ones. So this is like the biggest, one of the biggest ones I have. I'm going to show you on camera how to like do the uprooting. So, come on. So basically, you grab your finger and you dig to the bottom as deep as possible. You see the plant moving. Then you like lightly pick it up, and that's the root. That's the everything intact. Switch this over. That's what it looks like. And this is the new container I'm going to put in. Basically, like poke a hole in the center. And then I place it there. And I start pushing the soil around where I just placed it onto the center and push down. Grab some more soil. Try going around the plant, but aim for the center. Do it again. Sorry. I'm gonna do it one more time. Just a little bit though. All around. And then press down a little bit. And that's how it goes from you like switching containers and also making sure it stabilizes, because before I even push down the soil, the plant is basically like moving around back and forth because there's nothing holding it up. So now I just basically surrounded it with soil and now it's good. It's all by itself. And then this part, this is why it's important to clean up your station after, of course. There you go. And now, there's one of the little ones that I was going to tell you about. So now, I have a space here that needs to be filled. So this little one is going to go right here. And I'm going to show you how to uproot too, that one. Switch it this way. Basically, again, dig deep as possible. If you hear tearing, you're doing something wrong, because that's the tearing of the roots. So just be careful. That's one of the little ones. I think I just put it again. Let me move this over here. So right now, if I were to let go of the plant, nothing's holding it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So basically just pick it back up, lift the roots up, poke the hole in the center, and place it there, and then start pushing all around to secure it. And then push in and then push down. So push in to surround the base of the plant, and then push down to secure it. There we go. Since this one's done, I'm going to add, like, since this is done, basically I said all each of these containers is going to contain at least 3 or 4. So now since that's done, I spread them out as much as I could, like making sure they're not too close to each other. I start securing it a little bit more by putting more soil. If there's dirt that gets on your leaves, lightly blow it, because if you blow it, it's going to go in your face or in your eye. But the reason why I do that is because I don't like when my plants are covered with the dirt. The dirt is supposed to go under, not on top, and cover the green. Okay. So now that these are secured, you should have like a little container of water. I usually would wait till all the way in the end to do all this, but basically I'm showing you guys. Once you're done planting and repotting your seeds, you should immediately water them. As soon as you're done adding the soil and everything, you should immediately water them. Give them a good, like, start to spreading out and growing. And that's the whole purpose for repotting, is for them to spread out and to grow bigger as well. Make sure the soil is not too soaked, but also don't just like isolate the water. As you saw, I sprinkled the water in the center because that's where the seeds are, the plants are, but I also went around it because eventually the roots are going to spread out, and they need to spread out into moist soil, not dry soil. They also need nutrients too, so that helps with the growth. So here's a container, repotted, Peblano peppers, watered, all done. Now I just put them back right in front of the sun and let them grow. And then this is a single one. I just basically water it. Letting them know it can start spreading out and growing bigger. There we go. And another thing too, when I think I did mention in one of my other videos that plants do talk based on their body language. That's how you communicate with them. You see how this is? How it's like leaning, basically, like you could either just slightly tilt it the other way. Make sure it gets used to it and how it's straightened out a little bit. Or when you put it in front of the sun, you see it's like more tilting this way. Turn it this way. Turn it to the opposite way, and because the plant is trying to get as much sunlight as possible, it's going to move itself to face the other direction, or to center itself more to get the right position. So that's how the plants move. Alright, now I'm going to finish repotting all these, and then I'll come back and show you my end results. Alright, this is how things ended. So that's how much soil is left in my container. And then this is how many plants we got. So as I said, there's like 3 each in this. So 6. So 3, 6, and then we have 6 individual of these. So that's 12. So I have 12 Peblano plants growing as of now. This is not counting my plum plant in the front and not counting my lemon plant. Today I'm just focusing on my Today I am just focusing on my Peblano peppers. And I repotted them to make sure that they start growing out more. So here we go. Before I even knew it, something that was in just 3 or 2 containers is now into 12. 12 different plants. I have like a little army going on, but here we go. So as I said, when you see the plants swaying to one side, like let's say it's like going this way, you just basically flip it. And they'll start going towards the center or starts going to the other side. But if you feel like your plants are a little bit lopsided, you can always add soil around it. And again, press in gently and then press down gently to stabilize it. So just basically move around like that. Go in and then go down. So like go in, all around the plant. You could stabilize it a little bit too with your finger, like push it in the direction that you want, and then push down to stabilize it. So for this one, this is the biggest one that I have completely out of all of them. So this container, the soil was already moist, very moist. It's still wet from the last time I watered it, so I'm gonna leave it. I watered all of these. However, I'm gonna water them a little bit more, and then I'm gonna leave them for like 2 days so that they can get used to the new pot and the new soil and everything. All right, so I'm in the process of putting everything back where it goes. And as I said, once you're done with your project, as always, wipe down your station, wash your hands, change your clothes. So far, this is the end result after I put everything back. Let's see. Our Christmas tree, our table, my balloons. Get over here. So these black containers are Peblano peppers. The pink one, lemons, and I'm waiting for them to sprout. This one is my plum plant May, and then the rest of them are Peblano peppers. I take up basically the whole table. I have room for like 2 more containers right there, but at the same time, like I know living where I'm at and having dogs and stuff, seeing this, like I already know that's gonna be a problem. But yeah, this is basically my indoor garden, my little army of plant babies.